War is hell, but it is also a business. We are ranking the world's most powerful armor not by weight, but by cost. From the $500,000 relics to the $30 million supertanks. Let's start with the Leopard 1A5, the sniper, the cheapest entry on the list. It has very thin armor that can be penetrated by modern autocannons, but it carries a highly accurate gun and good optics. Its current resale value is around $500,000, and thousands are now being pulled from storage for the war in Ukraine. Next is the T-72B3M. The Swarm, Russia's workhorse. It is a cheap T-72 hull-stuffed with a powerful 1,130 horsepower engine and French thermal optics. Costing only $1 million to upgrade, over 2,000 units were produced to overwhelm enemies with numbers. Then the T-80BVM, the turbine, the Arctic fighter. It uses a gas turbine engine similar to the Abrams, which allows it to start instantly in freezing temperatures where diesel engines fail. It is a $1.5 million upgrade on existing hulls, with over 500 units modernized. Next is the Type 96B, the backbone, China's mass-production warrior. Lighter and faster than its heavy brother, it is modernized specifically for tank biathlons and rapid maneuvers. It costs $1.5 million with over 2,500 units built. Then the TAM-2C, the Pampas Hunter, Argentina's medium tank based on a German infantry fighting vehicle chassis. It is fast and light for soft soil. The upgrade cost is roughly $1.5 million, covering 74 units. Moving up to $2 million, the Type 15, the Climber, a dedicated light tank designed for the thin air of the Himalayas. It carries a 105mm gun where heavy tanks would simply get stuck in the mud. It costs $2 million with 500 units deployed. Next is the PT-91 Twardie, the hard one. Poland's re-engineering of the T-72. It is covered in domestic Arawa reactive armor that fits tightly like fish scales. It costs $2 million with 230 units built. Then the Zulfikar 3, the Imitator, an Iranian design that visually mimics the American M1 Abrams with a boxy turret and low profile. Estimated at $2 million, production is very limited. Next is the M2020, the Parade Star, North Korea's propaganda piece. It looks modern with side-mounted missiles, but likely lacks thermal sights and advanced fire control. Its value is estimated at $2 million, with only 9 prototypes seen. Then the BMPT Terminator, the Suppressor, a support vehicle armed with dual 30mm autocannons and missiles. It is designed solely to kill infantry in high-rise buildings to protect the tanks. It costs roughly $2.5 million, with approximately 300 units built. Hitting the 3 million mark, the M60-2000 120S, the Frankenstein, a hybrid monster designed to save money by mounting an M1 Abrams turret onto an old M60 patent hull. Estimated at $3 million, it failed to find a buyer, and only one prototype was ever built. Next is the C1 R8 AMV, the Ram, Italy's domestic tank receiving a massive upgrade. The program gives it a new 1,500 horsepower engine to handle rough terrain. The cost is estimated at $3 million per tank, covering 200 units. Then the Type 99A, the Dragon, China's apex predator. It combines Russian low-profile design with Western turret armor and features a laser dazzler system to blind enemy optics. Estimated at $3 million, there are around 1,200 units in service. Next is the Karar, the copycat, Iran's domestic tank. While it looks like a Russian T-90MS, it uses Iranian electronics and a new welded turret. Estimated at $3 million, mass production is unverified. Then the Leopard 2A4 Evolution, the Survivor, a massive modular armor upgrade package for older hulls used by Singapore and Turkey. It adds thick composite blocks to the turret cheeks. The refit kit is estimated at $3.5 million on top of the base tank. Moving to $4 million, the M1A1SA, the Veteran, the modernized Desert Storm Warrior featuring a blue force tracker that allows crews to digitally see the location of friendly troops. It costs $4 million per refurbishment, with over 4,000 units still in. Next is the T-90M Prorv, the Breakthrough, Russia's best active tank. It fixes the weak spots of older models with relict explosive reactive armor and features a panoramic commander sight. At $4.5 million, about 200 units have been delivered to the front lines. Then the T90MS, the export, a T90M designed for foreign clients featuring cleaner electronics and air conditioning for desert environments. It costs roughly $4.5 million with hundreds sold abroad. Next is the Merkava Mk4M, the windbreaker, the first tank to successfully use the trophy APS in combat, shooting down dozens of rockets in Gaza. It costs $4.5 million with over 300 units active. Then the T-14 Armada, the Ghost, the unmanned turret tank. Despite the $4.5 million estimates, the high cost of its advanced sensors caused mass production to fail, leaving only 20 to 30 units in existence. Hitting the 5 million mark, the Black Eagle, the Phantom, a secret 90s project featuring a stretched hull and a Western-style turret bustle. Estimated to cost $5 million, it vanished after just 2 prototypes. Next is the VT-4, the Merchant, a premium export tank combining the best Chinese tech for foreign buyers like Thailand and Pakistan. It costs $5 million per unit. Then the Paray, the Deceiver, a missile carrier disguised as a tank. It has a fake gun barrel but actually fires long-range spike missiles. Estimated at $5 million, its production numbers remain classified. Next is the T-84 Oplot M, the rare beast, Ukraine's high-end tank featuring duplet armor, which stacks multiple layers of explosives to stop tandem warheads. At $5 million, less than 10 units exist. Then the ET-1 Osorio, the Lost Legend, the Brazilian tank that beat the M1 Abrams in trials but was never ordered. The estimated unit cost was $5 million, but the program bankruptcy lost over $100 million. Moving up to $6 million, the AMX-56 Leclerc S2, the Sprinter, known for its hyperbaric engine and frighteningly fast autoloader that allows a 3-man crew to fire on the move. It costs around $6 million with about 400 produced. Next is the Merkava Mk4 Barak, the Iron Vision, Israel's AI tank. It features a helmet that lets the commander see through the walls of the tank using outside cameras. It costs $6 million and is just entering service. Then the M8 AGS, the Lost Soldier, the airborne light tank designed to be dropped from a C-130. After a massive development program, the estimated unit cost settled at $6 million before it was cancelled. Next is the T-95, the Monster, a Soviet supertank armed with a massive 152mm artillery gun capable of firing nuclear shells. Estimated at $6 million per unit, it was cancelled after 2 prototypes. Hitting $7 million, the STRV-122B, the Northern King, known as the Swedish Leopard. It features thick add-on armor on the roof to protect against cluster bombs. It costs $7 million with 120 units defending the north. Next is the M1A2 SEPV-2, the Standard, the previous US benchmark, which introduced the common remotely operated weapon station. It costs around $7 to $8 million per unit and remains the most common frontline tank with over 1,500 units. Then the MBT-70, the Dream, the 1960s supertank. It cost $1 million back in 1969, which adjusts to roughly $8 million today. It was cancelled due to extreme complexity. Next is the Type 90, the Defender, Japan's heavy hitter resembling the Leopard 2. Adjusted for inflation, it costs $8 million, with 340 units in service. Then the Challenger 2TES, the Megatron, wrapped in massive blocks of Dorchester composite armor and ERA bricks, making it the most heavily protected tank against IEDs. Valued at over $8 million, less than 200 units are combat ready. Moving to $8.5 million, the K2 Black Panther, the Mountain King, South Korea's advanced tank featuring a suspension that allows it to kneel to aim over ridges. It costs $8.5 million with 400 units produced. Next is the Centauro 2, the Destroyer, a wheeled tank destroyer with a 120mm gun. It offers the firepower of a main battle tank with the speed of a truck. It costs $9 million with 150 units ordered. Then the AMX-56 Leclerc XLR, the Networker, the French upgrade integrating the tank into the Scorpion digital network to share target data instantly. Costs $9 million per unit with 200 tanks planned. Next is the K2PL, the Wolf, a modified Black Panther for Poland featuring lengthened armor and an active protection system, estimated at $9 million per unit. Then the Leopard 2A6, the long rifle, famous for introducing the longer L55 cannon, which increases the velocity of the shell. It costs roughly $9 to $10 million, with over 500 units spread across NATO. Hitting the heavyweights at $9.4 million, the Type 10. The Hitman, Japan's masterpiece that can drive backwards at 45 miles per hour. Because Japan does not export, the cost is a massive $9.4 million per unit, with only 117 built. Breaking into the $10 million club, the Challenger 3, the Reborn, Britain's massive rebuild program that finally installs the NATO standard 120mm smoothbore cannon. The unit cost is estimated over $10 million, with 148 units planned. Next is the Arjun Mk1A, the Elephant, India's heavy tank weighing nearly 70 tons and protected by indigenous composite armor. It costs $10 million, with 118 units ordered. Then the M1A2 SEPV-3 Abrams, the Anvil, the current heavyweight champion. It features next-generation power systems and depleted uranium armor. It carries a price tag between $10 to $12 million per unit, with around 600 in service. Next is the M10 Booker, the newcomer, the Army's new mobile protected firepower. Due to initial low-rate production costs, it carries a staggering price of $13 million per vehicle. Then the Altai, the Janissary, Turkey's new indigenous tank based on the Korean K2 but larger and heavier. The initial unit cost is estimated at $13.7 million. Hitting $15 million, the EMBT, the Fusion, the Euro main battle tank prototype combining a German hull with a French turret. Development costs are estimated at $15 million for the single prototype. Next is the Leopard 2A7V, the gold standard, the current NATO benchmark featuring programmable ammunition and hardened hull armor. It costs between $15 to $18 million, with only about 104 units built for Germany. Breaking into the 20 million plus range, the Abrams X, the silent killer, the hybrid future. It uses a diesel-electric engine for silent running and an unmanned turret. As a technology demonstrator, development costs exceed $20 million for the single unit. Then the KF-51 Panther, the Predator, Rheinmetall's private venture carrying a massive 130mm gun and built-in suicide drones. Estimated at over $20 million to develop, with only one unit in existence. And finally, the most expensive tank package in the world, the Leopard 2A8. The Shield, the newest variant built from the ground up with integrated active protection. The estimated package cost is a staggering $30 million per unit, though none have been delivered yet.